Welcome to Musty Millennials. Today, we'll do a deep dive on boy bands. We'll hit them all, from New Kids on the Block and NSYNC to Backstreet Boys and O-Town. I want everybody to know that it's all or nothing today. And I'm a sucker for this topic because it's tearing up my heart thinking about summer girls. And guess what you two got? You got the right stuff, baby. Let's send it over to our hosts. Here they are, Gina and Kyle.
That was funny.
That was a lot.
Was Sucker Jonas Brothers?
Yeah, they're like the back end, I guess.
Yeah, where do they fit,
I think they are a bridge.
Yeah.
Are they? Because you know what? They're a boomerang. They literally were here, they were gone, and then they came back.
Yes, because they thought they could pursue.
Yeah, then they realized they were losers on their own, and they were more fortified as a trio.
I'm Kyle.
Gina.
Brandon.
Nice.
Woo! Okay, shall we get this going? This is our first one that we're recording since The Bachelorette. Are you recovered?
Barely.
Great.
That sucked the life out of me.
I know. Well, Brandon was really whining about how long it was, so at least we made the most of it.
Well, and,
Speaking of sucking the life out of somebody, Jesus. Those 5 days.
Oh, I was like, I don't get it.
When you got home, I was a corpse.
Yeah, he had no voice.
So are we, though.
Yeah, but for better reasons.
Must have had it tough.
Yeah. So, but my feel old is from The Bachelorette. Would you like to hear it?
I would.
I had many experiences on The Bachelorette that made me feel old.
The Bachelorette in general made me feel old because I couldn't hang. It was really hard.
It was really hard. Also, I saw said Crocs that you mentioned in the last episode, and they were fucking hideous.
No. I was wearing them the whole time, and you couldn't stop. You and Caroline could not stop telling me how ugly my shoes were, and I don't care because I simply disagree.
You were like, they're Crocs, but they're cute, so just wait. And I was like, oh, okay, convince me. And they're unwearable. We're going to post them. We're going to post them and see.
Yeah, you got to send me a picture.
We're going to post them and see what our listeners
Honestly, we're taking a fucking poll because I
lost the last poll, so it's fine.
I know. Honestly, the wins are in my favor.
Lose. This one, you know what they look like?
Say it.
Speaking of fashion, do you remember the black shoes that we wore as young millennials?
Yes.
With the
elastic top.
The elastic top. What were they called?
I don't know, but they would snap real quick up on your foot until they got old, and then it got a little loosey.
Right. So for the listeners, it's like a chunky sandal, right? Like a block sandal all around. Not block. Platform. With one piece of cloth over the top.
A really long piece of cloth. Like it was too long.
Like a condom for your foot.
Yes. But open toe.
Open toe. So like a broken condom.
Yes. With your toes peeking out the top.
Well, that's how your sandals look. So we'll post them.
They're cute, guys.
They're gross. And honestly, I don't like the color on top of that, but we don't have to get into it. I lost my what made me feel old. Typically when I pack, Brandon knows this. He packs for me because I'm the worst packer.
I think it's a ploy just so she doesn't have to do it.
Well, I do the same thing, so I can't even be on your team on this.
A lot of chores I fail on purpose, but that's a secret.
That's
cardboard boxes to the garage.
You've exposed yourself, but it is the best tactic.
No, I'll do it. I'll do it. You just won't like the way I do it.
Right.
Now, when we travel together, it annoys him enough that he packs. When I was going by myself, I was like, oh, okay, maybe I'll be an adult this time. So not only did I use packing cubes, and I packed
I saw. We shared a room.
I know. Were you impressed?
I was like, what did you do? There was nothing in her bag. She's like, I packed last night. And I was like, there's nothing in here. And she goes, it's in my cubes.
They're in the cubes. I was organizing the cubes. It's
honestly we have them, and she's the only, she's like, can you get the packing cubes? I'm like, I don't know where they're at. I feel like
that's a very mature thing to have packing cubes. And you want to know what? I fucking organized myself. I brought everything I needed. I had too much, but at least I knew where everything was.
But who helped you?
Bravetti.
Yes.
But shout out Bravetti. But I was already doing it before she got here.
Okay.
In my defense.
Yes, okay.
All that to say, not only did I use packing cubes, I brought Clorox wipes. Now, I'm not so old that I used them.
Right.
But you did think to bring them.
Yeah, you're on the cusp,
I was a disgusting mess, but I thought about it.
Yes.
So to me...
And you prepared.
I've never actually packed like an adult for a trip in my entire life. And now I'm old.
For you.
Now I'm old.
Yeah.
And actually, there was a lot of stuff in my packing cubes that I had big plans for. But because they were in the packing cubes and I couldn't see them.
Right.
It didn't.
Out of sight, out of mind. That's the danger of cubes, though, if it's not just sitting on top of the bag.
Here's how I know I'm still young. When we got there, I didn't unpack.
Right.
That's where my youth shows. I just lived out of
if you
the
were
suitcase
filling the drawers of the...
like a raccoon finding stuff in the garbage. That's how I was finding my clothes. Just ripping up the cubes. But... on the way in and on the way out, I was a mature adult.
Can I say something?
For the record.
At some point, can we, when we travel together, switch that and actually put everything away. Because when we travel, by the time it's time to pack up, I have so much anxiety because it's just the whole floor is covered in clothes.
So you just shove
shoes.
it close. Well, this is the thing. You guys are not unpack people at hotels. Some people, it's a very specific thing. It's not an age thing.
No, but he's saying he wants to be.
I want to be that
Brian's
person.
like that. Brian will be organized.
I'm
not. I live out of my bag. There's shit everywhere. And then when I'm done, I just jam it all in there and close it because who gives a shit? I wore it all already.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter.
No. If I've done it a couple times when I've been on like extended vacations, like 2 weeks. Because then it's like worth it because I'm living there.
Yeah, the only thing is the
duration
matters. If it's the weekend, who cares?
But the 1 or 2 times I've done that, I've both times left dresses hanging in the closet.
Well, because you're not a seasoned pro.
Think about it.
You're not a seasoned pro.
That's why we got to do it more frequently so that you become.
Well, we don't travel enough for it to like be a habit that I'm gonna like build.
No. It is nice though to not. I've realized because I am such a mess as a person. The like few times I've done it, it is pleasant when it doesn't feel chaotic in your hotel room and you like walk in there and you're like,
Says the girl who never packs a toothbrush. Like everywhere we go, she's like, oh, forgot it. It's like the only thing that matters. It's literally just clean your mouth.
What made me feel old?
Yeah,
also related to The Bachelorette.
Okay.
Was playing Flip Cup.
Oh my gosh. I'm so happy you brought this up.
And like the pressure of that game. When you play beer pong, you might play every once in a while as an adult. It's kind of competitive. It's pretty casual. If you forget, whatever. Flip Cup is so aggressive. I haven't felt that amount of pressure to chug things. And like my adrenaline was pumping so hard. I was like, I can't lose this game.
Well,
and I haven't felt that way in so long.
Let's set the stage. It's not like we were like, let's play Flip Cup.
No, it wasn't our idea.
We ordered... I guess, can I say ordered?
I mean,
Cabana Boys.
Yeah, we ordered them.
So
on
sounds
DoorDash.
like strippers. Yeah, it sounds like strippers, but they're not. What we thought they were was just like people that were there to like cater to us. So
like
we were
waiters.
Excited. Yeah, waiters. I couldn't think of the word.
So it's kind of like blonde tenders in Vegas.
Kind of.
That's what we thought it was.
Yeah,
they were just going to be our bartenders, make us drinks, we'll lay by the pool.
Yeah, tend to us.
Yeah.
No. These guys had an objective that we were not aware of, which was come in here
and get us
and
fucked
get them
up.
as drunk as we possibly can, because most people probably who understand the objective of the Cabana Boys do this and that's their event for the day.
But we're in our 30s.
But we had an event at night as well.
Yeah.
Which Kyle showed up in body, but not spirit.
No, I was not.
Her eyes were vacant.
No.
But she was moving. It was crazy.
Yeah.
But I blame the Cabana Boys for Flip Cup because that's where it all started.
The Flip Cup thing really got me stressed.
Do you, as I get older, it gets even worse. I was never good at this, but I forget how to chug. Like my throat doesn't open.
No, and I was feeling so much anxiety.
Stress.
Like, why do I care about winning this game? Like, it's my friends and it's these guys I don't know.
I wanted to make sure I wasn't the biggest loser.
Me too, but I hadn't felt that kind of intense game-like drinking pressure in a while because now the games you play as an adult that aren't necessarily drinking games are like casual. Yeah. You know, not high stakes. No one's going to punch you in the face. You're not going to projectile vomit anywhere. You know, like it's safer.
Yeah.
So that one made me feel very stressed.
It made you feel unsafe?
Yeah, it made me feel unsafe. I still did it though, and I kicked ass.
Honestly, you were pretty good.
I was pretty good.
Who do you think was the biggest loser in that?
I wasn't paying attention to anyone else.
You think it was
me? My head was in the game.
It might have been me.
It probably was you.
I feel like Chloe wasn't a great flipper, but she was a good chugger.
Yes, I agree with that assessment,
I feel like everyone has their strengths.
Yeah, we all do.
Mine are neither, but I can just like, I'm scrappy. You know? I'll figure it out.
Every once in a while you get lucky.
Okay, great. Brandon, what made you feel old?
So I was in a virtual meeting and I had a phone call and I missed it. So I texted the kid back. He's a college student at University of Georgia, and text him back and said, hey, I'll call you in a minute. He responds with, okay, bet.
What's bet?
Like B-E-T.
Oh, wait,
I've heard
we did this in a quiz.
We did, but I didn't commit it to memory.
Say the sentence again.
Okay, bet.
What was your sentence? What was your sentence?
I said, I'll call you back when I'm in a minute.
So that means like, great, sounds good.
Yeah.
But what does bet originate from? From the Latin term betuous.
No, what we did talk about. See, this is the thing though, is all the new stuff doesn't stick in my brain. So like I'm like impervious to absorbing new things.
Yeah, we've talked about this. I haven't absorbed it either.
And we discussed it like in a way where we should remember, but I think it means like and I hope that someone says, no, Kyle, you're wrong. But like you can bet on it.
That's absolutely not what it means. But you know what? If it's right,
Because it's like kind of
will feel
1950s
good about
throwback.
The term bet can be used in a few different ways on social media, but generally means agreed or okay.
But what's the root? Where did we get it from?
It doesn't
like, okay,
happen.
so the only one I remember from that quiz is Riz, because it comes from
Charisma, because that one makes sense. That one to
Correct.
me is logic.
I want them to be logical.
but they're not all logical.
I don't
It can
like
also be used as a shorthand to mean you can count on it or trust me.
Oh, so it kind of is like you can bet on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, damn right.
But he said that and I was
That's
like,
like a boomer statement, though. Like, you can
No,
bet
that's what
on
I'm saying.
it.
It's like
kid.
very 1950s-esque. It's
Love
very
it.
throwback retro,
Love
and they're
it.
just bringing it back to now, which I think is sweet.
Okay, cute.
and guys, that What Made Me Feel Old segment is brought to you by blonde tenders. At our age, if we're going to Las Vegas, we're not wasting time at the clubs or pool parties like Gen Z. One, we don't have the bodies for it. Two, we don't have the strength or stamina to pull that off. And I know, Gina, you have the gambling itch, borderline addiction, but we're not sitting at the table for 12 straight hours like these boomers getting fed free drinks. We need something to do. We can afford to have a great time, a classy time. Do you know what we need? Blonde tenders. They handle beverage catering, event staffing, and party rentals. And I just want to throw it out there to answer some questions from our listeners and to adhere to the advice of our legal counsel. They are not an escort service or brothel. They're the go-to for millennials in Las Vegas. Maybe it's a getaway with friends. Maybe it's a work event, a corporate outing in Las Vegas. Check out Blonde Tenders on Instagram at Blonde Tenders. So the next time you're in Vegas, look up our friends, the Blonde Tenders, and tell them the Musty Millennials sent you, and they'll most certainly hook you up with whatever you need. Again, nothing dirty, to have the mustiest, dustiest, crustiest time in Las Vegas.
If they were a brothel, by the way, it would be fine. They're just not.
Yeah, I mean,
No
legally
judgment.
speaking, not judgment, but
We wouldn't
don't let
want.
the law
Is it
get you.
legal?
We just wouldn't want a brothel as a sponsor.
We can't be so picky these days, can we? Okay.
We're looking to
so
make it, Brando.
We got, so I don't know if you can see, Kyle, but I have laid out 1, 2, 3,
11.
4, 5, 6, 7 of my 11 pages of notes.
Perfect.
Which I need no notes because boy bands are in my fucking
100%.
blood. But I've got a lot that we could cover, but it's only so much because thank you so much. It's only so much because we can go in many directions. I just wanted to be prepared since you guys make fun of me all the time. Yes, ChatGPT put it together, but I added a lot of prompts this time.
Okay.
So pat on the back for me.
Great.
First and foremost, should we start with the list of what ChatGPT at least put together as the top like boy bands that defined the 90s and 2000s?
Can I ask you a question? And it's not anything that needs to be in your research. It can be just from your memory.
Okay.
When did the boy band thing
We were young.
right, but previous to our era of boy bands, it's considered the boy band era, right?
Correct. I don't know.
So
any.
did it
Like
happen
Boys to Men?
like New Kids on the Block,
New
Boys
Kids on
to
the
Men?
Block.
Oh, yeah,
those
New
were
Kids
the
on the
two.
I
Block
feel
was-
like they're the originals,
They were the
right?
OGs. I would say
Because
yes.
like the 70s was not that vibe.
Now, if you Google boy bands, it's showing shit from like the 50s.
Well,
and
I was going to
stuff,
say,
but-
Brandon, can you write the first boy band into Google?
Well, and then if
see
it's
what
like a
happens?
bunch of brothers who like are crooning
Well,
like shit, that doesn't
no, but
count.
Like,
Like
are
pop
the
boy
Jackson
bands.
5 a boy band?
No, that's a family band in my eyes. It's like
They're
the
all
Partridge
boys.
Family.
They're all boys.
the Beatles.
Oh.
No, that doesn't count to me. That's like a
Why?
rock band.
Okay, so they're not a first pop boy band. Can you
Yeah, because that's
refine
how I
the
think.
search?
Because you wouldn't say, "Oh, the Beatles were a boy band," just
No,
because
you
they're
would never.
boys.
You would
It's
never.
just like
Jackson 5.
Oh, I said that.
I know. I just don't
They're
think that one
listed
really
as
counts
the,
either.
as the first.
All right, fine.
Pop.
Motown,
I'll give it to
Motown is
Google.
always the answer. Okay, so the bands that defined our generation.
Yes.
Besides NSYNC and Backstreet Boys, give me a couple that like hit hard for you.
LFO.
That's on there. Also, I'm pretty sure 2 out of 3 of them, if not all 3 of them, are dead. We'll get to it.
Oh my goodness, 98
Next.
degrees.
98 Degrees, yes. Who thought they were so much more sophisticated than they actually were. What about one that was brought together by a TV show, Making the Man?
Oh, O-Town.
Correct.
Duh.
Liquid Dreams,
Yeah,
anyone?
Liquid Dreams was a horrific song, but I'd listen to it.
Honestly, it's not bad. If you listen back, the lyrics are stupid, but like the beat ain't.
No, the
Ain't
beat.
bad.
I think that's the hallmark of boy bands, though. Is the lyrics are not anything good, but the beat will catch you.
Yeah, I agree. So a couple more just to throw them out there, and we're not
Yep.
going to go through all of these, but just some that will wet the palate a
Yep.
bit. So Boys to Men and New Kids on the Block are like a little before us, but they're like the start.
But Boys to Men, I feel like maybe not, because Boys to Men like still rock
They were still
today.
around. Yeah. But they didn't like come on the
Our
scene,
scene.
like
Right.
when we were coming up. They were already on the scene. Same with New Kids on the Block. Hanson.
Oh, duh.
Considered
How
a
did I
boy
forget
band. But
Hanson?
see, that's a family
Mba.
band. See? So Jackson 5 can be considered. LFO, you said BBMak.
Oh, BBMak.
So BBMak and LFO, I kind of
I
like
confuse.
conflate them.
And the guys look similar. I feel like they both have, the lead singers have really dark hair.
But BBMak is British. I think LFO is
American, because didn't they sing that California song?
Yeah, I like girls that wear Abercrombie and Fitch.
Yeah,
Summer
so they're
girls.
American.
Do you know what LFO stands for?
Love, freedom, oranges.
So much worse.
What?
Light with a Y, Lyte, funky ones.
No.
Bad. Who said to them, this is a good name? Light funky ones. Also, why do you want to be light?
Also,
why don't you want to be heavy funky
Why
ones?
would you have light funky ones be your name and then say, but call us LFO? Like, it's not like you need a nickname as a boy band.
Is it like supposed to be an Easter
like
egg?
NSYNC? We don't call them like...
No, but do you know that? I don't know if this is true, actually. This is not from my research. This is just from what I remember. The NSYNC was created by the name by Justin's mom, and it's the last letter of each of their names. So Justin, who's the S, Chris, Y is Joey, N is, who am I forgetting?
The last letter of their first names?
Yeah.
That's a fun fact.
Justin's mom.
Wow.
And then these I don't all remember, but 5, Westlife, which was in that documentary
Yes,
you watched,
it was.
but I didn't remember them. Dream Street, I totally remembered, mostly
Yes.
because of Jesse. And Take That, I didn't remember either.
No, me neither. But in that documentary, there were a bunch I wasn't aware of.
True.
You know?
Because I think they kind of came after us. Like, the mania was really... Okay, so let's actually start here. Are you Backstreet or are you NSYNC?
It's like the hardest question.
You have to... Should
And
we go on the count of 3?
Yeah.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Backstreet.
NSYNC. I knew it. Okay, so I was Backstreet until I was NSYNC, though. Like, I was
Same.
hard
And
Backstreet.
which is why my loyalty is
I'm like
I
a
feel
fair weather
like,
fan.
Yeah, because I love NSYNC, and at a time I preferred NSYNC because NSYNC was cooler.
Yep.
And I was a preteen who was like, this matters.
Yes.
Who I like.
Yes.
But I think in life, I'd like to stay loyal to those boys who like worked really hard.
Okay, so let's do one
Although
more.
Nick is an asshole, but whatever.
Okay, so Nick is a rapist. I just watched the documentary, but we'll get to that. So, of the Backstreet Boys...
So NSYNC, I changed my vote. We can't have any rapers. But
Love
go.
it.
Yeah.
Okay, so then let's go to NSYNC.
Okay.
Who was the one that was like your guy? Okay, on the count of 3.
Yeah, this is easy though.
No, it's not. Okay, ready?
Ew, yours is gonna be Chris, isn't it?
No, it's ew. No, that's
He's
gonna
my
be
guy.
Brandon.
He's my guy.
Brandon like gets excited about Chris because he met him once in a club. Okay, ready?
No, I just met him in Nashville too.
1, 2, 3.
Justin.
JC. See, I told you it was gonna be controversial. JC was my guy.
I mean, I hate
Would
that
be
for you.
I hate him now, but Justin was like too mainstream. Honestly, I'm surprised you like what everybody else
I don't know
likes.
anyone else's name. I mean, like I know their faces and I know Chris.
Yeah,
Well,
you should have been.
Lance-
You should have been a Chris.
Lance has had like a
Should I?
mega resurgence.
Oh, I know Lance, but Lance was just like,
He was like a side character.
yeah.
Yeah, he wasn't.
I feel like he didn't also get his due in that group. So
I agree.
where he was just, or like Brian in the Backstreet Boys, I feel like he was the.
Well, Brian in the Backstreet Boys was Kevin's cousin. And Kevin, I think, was the one that was like pulled in. And then he was like, wait, let me call my cousin.
Yes.
And then brought Brian in. But then
Because
Brian
5's
was
the magic number.
But Brian was low key the lead singer.
Yes.
So it was a
But he didn't get his due.
confusing time
That's
because
the
he
thing.
wasn't like hot enough. And he was too like Bible thumping. Nobody like gets
No.
excited about the Bible thumpers.
No, he was too vanilla.
So speaking of those two, we're not going to get into too many facts because who has
Why?
time for that?
Yeah.
But
Are you talking about the scam artist?
so they were both founded by the same person, which is
Yes.
insane. So talking about when boy bands came around, right? So this guy, Lou Pearlman, who has a whole host of issues and businesses that did fraudulent things.
Yes.
But one of them was basically being a factory of boy
And
bands.
one of them, though, which is so crazy to me that anyone thought he was this awesome man because he did reach like accolade levels.
No, he's
that were
disgusting.
alarming. And he started with a jet rental company that ended up also being fake.
Everything was fake.
Everything was a fraud. So
Well,
like,
there's a good documentary. What was that called? We just watched it.
I don't remember, but it was really good. It's on the net.
To the depths of his fraud.
Yes.
If you want to
but
get
I just think
into
it's
it.
confusing where all of a sudden he's like, oh, this isn't working out. I'm going to get into boy bands. Like,
So-
it's just crazy.
I know you like always think I go into the predatory, but like he's a predator.
Well, they did try and like downplay that a little bit.
Well, they were like, well, he
documentary.
didn't touch me. Who's going to admit that this fat, slobby, disgusting human being was touching them? He's
Yeah.
disgusting. So anyway, so Backstreet Boys started in Florida. I think NSYNC did too, actually, which is weird, but that's like where he had his compound.
Yes.
And so he would basically like create a factory. And what was really interesting, which I didn't realize until I watched the documentary, is they lived a lavish lifestyle from the beginning
Yes.
because of the money that he was fraudulently bringing in.
Yes.
And so they didn't have to like rough it. He sent them to Europe. He hooked them up with like private jets because of his like other fake business. They lived large from day one.
Yes.
They were not like struggling singers.
No, definitely not.
They had to struggle to get an audience. And in Europe, they had to start and then come back and be famous here, which I also didn't appreciate until I saw the documentary. But like he was treating them honestly like his toys.
Well, they did work hard. And
1,000%.
But I think he used car salesman style, and luckily they were good enough. But he was like, basically, go do this for as long as we need to, and just keep working for me. I'm going to take a big cut of your paycheck. You're not going to get paid, but you can live like this.
Yes, agreed.
And so they suffered. They said that they didn't see their families for like 2 or 3 years. And then,
was it that long?
Luckily, I think it was Backstreet Boys, because obviously I'm paying attention to their story more than NSYNC
Of course
as a
you are.
loyalist. But
even though you were just changed over to NSYNC, but it's fine.
only because of the rapey thing.
Okay, we'll get to the rapey.
But I just think that they did work really hard overseas, and it's just lucky they made it big. He started a bunch of these bands that like probably came out to nothing.
Yeah,
you know, like they might have had a few bangers, but like NSYNC and Backstreet Boys like luckily made it huge. And
Yeah.
he like petri
but not
dished
just
them
like
in Florida.
like huge.
Who was
But
Lou
they-
Pearlman's first pick for NSYNC? Who started NSYNC?
Good question.
I don't look. I know. The
Oh,
answer.
do you know? I
Yes.
want to say it was JC, but I
No,
don't
it was
know.
Chris Kirkpatrick.
Oh, he would want to throw that.
You
one
should
in.
have-
He's
he
like
laid that
giddy
up for you.
I know that was silly.
It was
He was
teed
like
up.
smirking, like
It was
it's-
teed up.
It's my boy. Yeah, you're right. It was. Chris.
But then,
he
like-
was in the documentary actually.
He came up through a crazy life too, where he was poor and like he dealt with a lot of stuff.
No, I think that Lou Pearlman's transgressions don't take away at all from the people that actually were
right.
the heart and soul of these groups.
Yes.
But he just stains their legacy a little bit because he was the only reason that they made it on the scene. But once they were there, they earned the right to be there. They were
Correct.
amazing.
Great way to put it.
1,000,000%.
And Backstreet Boys, that Millennium album, do you remember?
Yeah,
I
it was a
can
great
never
album.
forget it.
That cover, I
it
think I had
was
the poster.
99. So everyone had that poster, same poster. It was 99. I thought Nick was like the shit.
Yeah.
And I just, every song on that, I Want It That Way, Larger Than Life, Show Me the Meaning of Being Lonely, like the list goes on.
Yes.
What is the most underrated Backstreet Boys song that you love? Because I got one. Ask me.
Okay, I
The
ask
Call.
you. Oh,
Do you remember?
yes.
The Call is so good.
That's a great, I was
It's-
going to say great call, and I'm not trying to make it a pun, but I forgot about
It's
that
a great
one.
call. You think on your underrated one if you have one. So the cool thing about Backstreet Boys, actually, even though I'm an NSYNC gal, is that I think that they did a better like go away and come back. Because they were in Vegas for a while. They had a residency. Like they had a reemergence where like millennials like us were feeling super nostalgic, and they came back in the 2000s. So I think at the time,
No, but I don't.
no, sorry, they were
think-
here in the 2000s. In the late like 2020
Recent,
era.
yeah.
What do you call those? 2010s?
The 20s? It's the new 20s.
But the 20s are 1920s. That's
Not
confusing.
anymore.
Not anymore, baby.
Well,
We're
we're
done.
so old that the 1920s just fall off the vernacular.
Well, I think the current 20s will come up more in conversation than the 1920s, so it's just, it's time.
so. They went away. Part of the reason why they broke up, it wasn't the only reason, was AJ was like a big druggie.
Oh, wait. Okay. Sorry. You might say they had a better comeback, but I don't think NSYNC wanted to do it in the same way because Justin's a dick. Backstreet Boys didn't have really successful solo careers, so their only recourse is to get back together for a reunion tour. NSYNC doesn't necessarily need that. The other 4 boys might want to, but Justin's like, meh, and
Yeah,
it's
get away
nothing
from
without
me.
him. So I don't know if you can argue that they had a better comeback, but more so they all needed it at the
it's
same
better
time.
in the sense of just the facts. It like was more sustained. It happened.
NSYNC got back together, what, for a troll song, and that's it.
No, well, they did a performance at the VMAs. Do you remember this? And it was like a bunch of old, fat, slobby guys.
But it
except
was for the
Justin.
troll song.
No, it was something else. I'm pretty sure it wasn't the troll song because the troll song just happened. Band Together or a different one?
Yeah, I think they
No,
were.
I'm talking about a while ago, and they were like huffing and puffing all over
I
the
think
stage.
it's the same thing.
And then my boy JC tried to do a run at the end, and he couldn't hit it, and it was
Oh,
so
no.
uncomfortable. And he was trying to like outshine
JC.
Justin, and Justin was the only one that was like still like fit and like showing up well. The
Well,
rest
because he
of
still
them,
performs all the
I
time.
know because it's not even about being like fat and gross. It's like stamina on the
Yes.
stage. If you haven't performed, like
You can't do it.
You
And
can't
they
breathe.
used to like jump around, and it was like exercise.
Oh yeah, I can't even breathe when I go up the steps. So I'm not judging.
Never mind a full performance.
Correct. So, but they looked out of practice.
Oh, that's rough.
So anyway, so the Backstreet Boys came back together. They toured through the 2010s, if that's what we'll call it, and I guess the 20s. They had an album in 2019. Did you know that?
The Backstreet Boys? I did not.
Do you know
That's unfortunate.
So you don't know what it's called?
No.
DNA. Never heard of it.
Never heard of
But
it, boys.
apparently it debuted at number 1 on the Billboard 200.
What?
Talk about a comeback. That's what it says.
Also, the way that we consume music now will inhibit me from knowing that.
It, yeah.
I miss things when I didn't before. Like if I was listening to the radio, you'd always hear the hot new track from Backstreet Boys.
Yeah.
So that's what sucks is that how would I know?
Social media
I
is
have
the
to go
only way
looking
you're
for
going to
it.
find
Yeah,
out
I
if
have
you
to
get
go looking
served it.
for it.
Right.
Yes. If we move on to NSYNC, right? So Backstreet Boys, same arc. Lou Pearlman was like, you know what? This worked. Let's copy and paste.
Did you guys go to a Backstreet Boy concert?
For sure.
No, I don't think so. My first
Brittany
concert was
my
Hanson, though.
Oh, Brittany was my first. Hanson's a great one.
John
No.
Cicada was my first.
What is Johnson? What is that?
Like Cicada?
Is that a person? Is he a singer?
Yeah.
What does he sing?
I don't.
Sing us a beat.
No,
Okay.
thanks.
Thanks.
John Cicada.
So anyway, NSYNC.
I like it's so foreign to me. I can't stand it.
I mean, he is foreign. He sings his songs in English and Spanish. Anyway, continue.
Okay, anyway,
for
whatever.
him.
This is so distracting.
You're distracting.
NSYNC was a carbon copy of Backstreet Boys, essentially. He
Yes.
was like, this formula works. Lou Pearlman, Orlando,
That
Five
was
Boys.
That was the most surprising thing to me, though, because being a fan all my life, the Lou Pearlman documentary opened my eyes because I didn't think it was
That he was a
good
factory?
business to do that. And like even the boys said in there, like when we were like competition, and it was created by the same person.
Yes.
So creating internal competition seems like a bad idea.
But did you hear what he said, that creepy statement? He's like, as long as girls love boys, boy bands will be a thing. It was so creepy. But yeah,
So they created NSYNC. NSYNC kind of ended up being more popular.
So I just feel like they blew up differently because like they also did the Europe thing, but Backstreet Boys became super popular in Europe and then came back and then kind of like...
They were also there longer.
Yeah, and then they kind of just like came into our conscious at the time. NSYNC like exploded before our eyes. I felt like that mania was different.
And I think that Backstreet Boys, though, as much as like Jackson 5 and New Kids on the Block, Backstreet Boys like set the stage for NSYNC to be that awesome.
True.
You know what I mean? So like they got us hype about it, and then all of a sudden we have
actually a really
another
good
one.
point.
So like they walked so NSYNC could run.
That's true. And
You know?
NSYNC ran, did they run?
Did they run?
So, but they competed. So even though they were managed by Lou, there was like tension between them. But honestly, there's the No Strings Attached album just took
I remember.
NSYNC into a
Okay.
different stratosphere.
Can I tell you, I remember when this album came out.
Me too.
I was in 6th grade, and someone brought it to school.
With them all as
then-
marionettes?
Yes.
Ugh!
And we brought it on the bus, and we begged the bus driver
No, you
to
didn't.
play it on the way home.
In the
and the
CD
whole
CD-ROM?
bus was rocking.
Wait,
it was the best
stop.
bus ride home ever. And we were like,
Stop.
please, please. And they're like, we don't do this. We don't play music on the way home. Like, da-da-da. Like, you kids can't be partying. And we're like 11 years old, so we think we got it going on. And we begged
So
her, and she
good.
was like, fine. And then we were like going ham. And it was the day the album was released.
That's
One kid got it.
Incredible.
It was so exciting.
He went to the CD store.
They,
to
he
buy
went
it.
to the, I don't even remember how it happened, but he brought it to school. It might have been the next day, but either way.
Either way,
It had
that's
just come out, and everyone was like, you got
incredible.
this?
Well, because how did we only could listen on CD at that point? So
Radio.
you had to go, in the radio. Yeah, but then you couldn't control it. So you should
No.
have waited for it to come on.
But those songs were probably
But those,
looped.
it's going to be May, which to this day is still a meme. Like, talk about,
It's almost annoying.
like, do you think when he sang It's Gonna Be May, he knew that was going to happen?
Absolutely not.
I think that
I mean,
is-
Instagram wasn't even a glimmer in our eyes yet.
That's a very
know?
good point. So yeah, so NSYNC, then Celebrity was their next.
Allie loved my sister.
So
loved
I was going to say,
Celebrity.
I remember the songs on Celebrity being ones I liked, but there wasn't mania around the CD of Celebrity like there was on No Strings Attached. Do you concur?
Yes.
Okay, so then
There was not, but there was a lot of sleeper hits on that album.
correct. That's what I'm saying. Individual songs like hit so good.
But I think No Strings Attached was the point in which they were bona fide stars. And then the next album, it's like, we're not going to get as excited because you're not fresh. Like, I know that wasn't their first album, but that was the album that like hooked us all.
yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean? So like the second one is like, oh, you put out a great album, but there's not the mania because it's not like, oh my God, NSYNC. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
that's a good point. Well, what's even funnier though is that Justin really like took him for a ride because he was like, we're going to go on a hiatus, right? They took a break, meant to be a hiatus in 2002. And then he was like, you know what? I'm just going to launch a massively successful solo career piece. And he took his ramen noodle hair and carried on and created Justified, where he got like a little ghetto. Remember that?
Yeah.
And like,
Brittany
Brittany
wrote
talked
about that in her book. Yes. When he
Justice for Brittany.
Seriously. She saw the writing on the wall.
Yeah,
for
he
sure.
was like, was trying to figure out who he was, I think. Although now we know he's a real piece of shit.
Yes.
But anyway, they never officially reunited. Okay, so that's what I was saying. So NSYNC only reunited a handful of times for special performances. So 2013.
That's what I said.
Is it?
Yes.
Did I just assume?
I mean, we can roll the tape back, but maybe we'll do it later.
No, but that was my point. Which is
your
like,
point was their reuniting wasn't as successful. And I said, I don't think you can say that because NSYNC never actually got back together because they didn't need to.
You did say that.
I did. It's okay.
So,
we can just carry on.
Still, by definition, that means Backstreet Boys was more successful in the reuniting because they
Not
did
if they weren't doing the same thing.
Just by getting off the block, then they've done it. Anyway, so
always looking for a silver lining.
So yeah, we mourn the loss of NSYNC, but like that's one that I'm actually fine for it to
I'm
stay.
fine for it to stay because Justin's a dickbag and I don't need his head to get any bigger.
We're at a point now that like I hate Justin.
No, and
so
let me
much.
tell you, I used to be so obsessed with Justin Timberlake that what was that song, Senorita?
Oh my God.
I used to play it on my
feel
boombox
for you.
and like dance in my room alone.
The boombox,
and like
was it
not
white?
like light dancing, like grooving.
like,
Like
you
I
got
would
into
like
it?
get
Yeah.
into it.
So good.
And like rip it up in my room.
So good.
And now I like hate him. It was just such a visceral emotional swing for me on Justin Timberlake that I'm like kind of sad about it, but also angry.
And
That
still
makes
recovering,
so
it
much-
seems
so much
like.
Yeah, like I still have a lot of rage for like the turncoat he really turned out to be, you know?
Can
Love
I
it.
quickly tell my NSYNC concert story?
Yes.
Of course, that's what we're here to do.
So me and my two friends at the beginning of summer, they were announced that NSYNC was coming in like to Pittsburgh in September or whatever it was. So we're like, hey, let's buy.
How old were you?
Teenage, like 16,
Okay.
17, something like that. And we're like, hey, let's buy, we're all single and we were nerds, but we were like, hey, let's buy 6 tickets. And we're going to ask a girl at some point this summer to go with us. So
Cute
we'll
idea.
each have a girl at the NSYNC concert.
And no girl's gonna say no to
What
that.
girl? Right.
Yeah.
So they
that's just an excuse to go sing NSYNC.
probably.
But say it's because you.
But
want
I
to
was I was dating this girl that summer, and I asked her about the concert once we had a couple dates, and she said, "Yeah, I would love to go." And they had theirs, so we were like, "Perfect." We, for whatever reason, we stopped talking. She stopped talking to me and responding. So I was like, "Well, that's weird." And then we got closer to the concert, and I would text, and I wouldn't hear anything back. I'm like, "I don't know what I'm gonna do."
Did you get ghosted?
I got ghosted.
This is probably the first documented case of ghosting. That's
So-
how long ago this was.
Shut up. So we go to the concert, and I'm like, all right, I guess I'm just gonna sell this ticket. So we go to like a scalper, and I don't know, we paid like $100 for that ticket, but for somebody making minimum wage in a high school job, well, yeah, it's like a lot of money.
Yeah.
So I scalp it. I only got like $20 for it or $30
sucks.
for it. Yeah, so it sucked. We go up to our seats. We're like, excuse me, we're going in. I go to sit down, and in that seat of the ticket I sold was this probably 8 or 9 year old black kid that was big. He was huge, and he had popcorn. He had all his snacks, and it was just him. And I said, like, he's like, yeah, my dad bought the ticket. Like, how much did your dad? And he's like, I don't know, like $250. I was
Shut
like, oh my God.
I thought you were going to say
So I
that she
enjoyed-
was sitting there.
Same. That would be incredible.
That would have been funny. That would have been wild. But they had their girls there, and I'm sitting next to a little chunky kid.
Love that for you.
I bet he was a good time, though.
We had fun.
He sounds
He had
like
a
he has
lot of
snacks.
popcorn.
We had a great
Yeah, I
time.
was gonna say
He
snacks.
he did share his snacks with me.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Can we move on to 98 Degrees?
Yes, please.
So 98 Degrees, my memory of them is like they were kind of like older.
What is that song?
What
that they
song
sing?
are you singing?
That I can't remember the words. The 98
Which
Degrees
one?
song.
Which one?
I don't remember the words. I just have the
I
melody
do?
in my head.
I do this, I cherish you. Is that what it was called?
No, it was a
Something
different one.
silly. Anyway, so they were not formed by Lou Pearlman. So we've now gone away from
Yeah.
Lulu.
Lou Pearlman's 2 big bangers were in sync, and
Yeah, but he also had Westlife, and he also had.
but those were ones that I didn't fuck with. Like I was surprised
no,
that those
Sam.
were involved.
I'm just saying he took a lot of shots on goal.
Absolutely, but the only 2 bangers of the list of people that like we ended up loving, it wasn't like a Lou Pearlman monopoly. He just had 2 of the biggest ones of all time.
Correct. I mean,
but there
and
were
they
others.
left him. They sued him and left him. So
Yes.
it's not even like
Because at a certain point, he
stayed
wasn't
with
like
them.
he was taking all their money because he was a fraud.
because he was a disgusting, sweaty mess.
Yes.
Okay, so anyway, so 98 Degrees, they were formed in LA in 96. They were unique because they actually came together independently. They weren't like created in a lab. So like
They did it on their own?
yes, they were friends. They were not made in a factory.
Good for them.
So I think that's pretty cool, actually. Like they just came together independently and ripped it.
Can you name anyone besides Nick? Oh, he had his brother in it, right? Or his cousin?
Yeah, Drew Lachey. Come
Drew
on, don't insult me.
Lachey, yes.
They're also, weirdly, I worked with a woman when I was at one of the companies I worked for. I guess I shouldn't say it. And she was either the sister or the cousin of Jeff Timmons, who was one of them. So that's why I know that.
I've never heard that name in my life.
Yeah, she was.
I can't even mentally place what the other two looked
Me
like.
neither.
You can't even place what they looked like?
No.
Oh, one of
I
them
know
had
that
like.
Fire album, though.
Lachey's because they look the same.
Also, how about Lachey's like like it's so millennial stereotype, his like barbed wire fiery tattoo around his arm.
Trash bag.
So
Yes.
disgusting. But I think that so actually Jeff Timmons, sorry, back to their formation. So
Yes.
the guy that I mentioned that I only know because he had a relative that worked at my company, very distant. I didn't even know her.
Yeah.
But it was just lore.
Yes.
Her last name was Timmons, so that helped. So he started the group when he moved to LA and he wanted to pursue his career. So he connected with Nick Lachey, and then Nick Lachey brought his brother Drew, who then brought in this guy Justin. Justin is the one that is like both ugly and totally forgettable.
Sorry,
but
Justin.
Shout out, Justin.
Drew knew him from school. So they started to be like performing locally, just like picking up their stuff and going to clubs and bars. And they eventually caught the attention of their manager, who ended up signing them. They were 97. So we're kind of going chronological here because I thought I said NSYNC. Was it 96? Was that right?
I don't think you said a date.
Okay, ignore that then. They were released in 97. Invisible Man was their first single. I don't remember that song, do you?
No, me neither.
I don't either. To be honest, I remember nothing about them except that he was Jessica Simpson's husband. If Newlyweds didn't come on the scene, 98 Degrees would not mean as much to me. True or false? To you. Does that
no,
resonate?
because there was that song that I'm still singing in my head that I can't
But you
place.
don't know it, so it can't be that
Is
good.
there anything you know?
Oh, yeah. We don't have to.
No.
Nope. Okay.
Thank God I found you.
Is it Thank God I Found You?
I remember
To
their.
look you in the eyes.
Oh, the hardest thing I ever
tell
had to
you
do.
I don't love you.
It's the hardest thing I ever have to do.
Yeah.
So I do know that song.
Yeah.
So their second album is 98 Degrees and Rising, which I
Yes.
do remember because
I
I was like,
remember it.
oh, catchy.
Sick.
Yeah.
That
And
was the hot cover too, where they were like on the sun
literally
or something.
on Fuego.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the hardest thing is the one you're talking about, I think.
Yeah.
And because
Yes,
of
it
you,
is.
and I Do Cherish You was the
Yes.
one I said before.
Yes.
So that went quadruple platinum.
Wowee,
Which
Nick.
basically made them one of the top boy bands of the late 90s.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I just don't feel like they had the longevity of everyone else.
I think that I Do Cherish You is the one of the music video that I was telling you about that
Which
had
one?
Ali Landry in it.
Who's Ellie Landry? Is
Oh.
she,
She was
from
like-
she's from Final Destination movies.
She did whipped cream in that song.
She
that
did
movie.
No,
She did
that-
Whip It?
I
Oh,
think
that's
you're
Ali
thinking
Larder.
of Larder, yeah.
Oh, I'm thinking of Allie Larder too.
I can't turn my computer around, but she's right here. She was like Miss USA 96 or something.
Oh, I don't know her.
But all of the guys were trying to, she looked really good in that music video, so that's why I remember it. But all the guys were trying to date her in the music video. And then at the very end, she is standing up there getting married. And it's like, oh, what guy is it going to be of
Yeah.
the four? And it was Dustin Diamond.
Wowee.
And all four guys were like, oh,
Ew.
it wasn't
Screech.
us. It was a music video. It was like a.
Screech has a
But I remember that in
really
T-
checkered past.
Did you read his bio?
R.I.P.
I did. It's so fabricated that I couldn't get
Yeah.
through it.
Yeah.
But it's wild, and I was really into that. I think it was like a biopic when they did the Saved by the Bell, like them coming up. Do you remember that show?
No.
Oh, it's incredible. Put it on your list.
Okay.
Anyway, so back to 98 Degrees, we've really gotten off the path here. They, similar to NSYNC, same time frame, in 2002, took a break to pursue solo stuff, and then they all
They only
basically-
lasted 5 years, that means.
That's like not that long, but
No.
I don't think that NSYNC was much longer. I'll have to go look at the facts.
Yeah.
But what I was going to say is during the break is when Newlyweds and stuff came out because he had time to film. And remember, he was like always home.
Yes.
That's when he blew up with her.
Yeah.
Because Newlyweds, I just sent you a meme of this the other day, was such a staple for me. Did you
Yes.
love it?
Oh, definitely.
I remember that being like the creme de la creme of reality.
100%.
And the chicken seed, that whole thing was like
No, the
such a
chicken
big
of the
deal.
sea
She was
lives
so
rent-free.
dumb and likable, and he was really likable. But
Yeah.
if you read her book, there's a dark side,
Yeah.
which I won't get into. But that was the thing that stuck in my mind more than 98 Degrees. So they took a decade off, and then they reunited in 2012 for a performance on the Today Show in their like concert series. You know how they do it out front or whatever early in the morning. And then in 2013, they released a new album, first one in over a decade, called 2.0. Which, again, similar to the one that we said before, I think it was DNA. Was that Backstreet Boys? I never heard of it.
No, me neither.
So that's the thing. Like, don't come back. I guess
don't come back.
That's
to
my
sum
takeaway.
up, go away.
Go away
and stay in our memory pristine.
And never come back.
Yeah.
Because honestly, you're just old and haggard and we don't appreciate it.
And your legacy lives better if you just leave it where it was.
I feel very strongly about that. I like that. Should we rip through O-Town or should we skip O-Town?
Yeah, rip.
We can rip through O-Town.
Okay,
Because O-Town was one where I didn't love them.
So I only remember Ashley Parker Angel.
Same.
Because he was like, you know, the heartthrob or whatever.
Right.
But I don't remember. And I remember Liquid Dreams.
That's it.
There's another song that I remember that I'll get to. I forget the name of it off the top of my head, but I know it when I hear it. The reason why I think we should cover them is because they were a reality TV
band.
Like generated, what's the word? They were like made in a lab.
Yes.
But similar to the other ones, except we watched it.
Right.
Which is kind of cool.
Totally.
So, and this is like the current day
Formula.
1D,
Yeah.
right? Like on X Factor, they bring them together. It's kind of the same thing. R.I.P. Liam Payne. We'll get to that later. O-Town was formed in 2000, so they came a bit later on the scene. So boy bands were already like, there was mania already. And I think, was this P. Diddy that did Making the Band? Or was that the other
I think it was
version?
P. Diddy.
Oh, no. The show was created by music mogul Lou Pearlman. Fucking Lou Pearlman. Yeah, he is O-Town because don't you remember there was an O-Town member?
P. Diddy, all the same.
I mean, all sketchy
there's an O-Town
fucking
member in the doc.
rapists. The O-Town guy was in the doc.
Yeah.
Yes. It was meant to create the next boy band. So he already had the formula. He's like, let's do it on TV. Let's make sure that we like record it and make a lot of money. Thousands of people came and tried out. They found their 5 members. I don't remember any of them except for Ashley Parker Angel. I think that if his name wasn't a girl's name, he actually would have faded to black.
And his like spiky hair in my brain, like that image will always pop in when you talk about O-Town.
Have you seen him lately?
No,
It's interesting.
You?
Take a gander on Instagram. Of course I have. What do you think? You think
keep
I don't
up with Ashley Parker Angel?
Not regularly, but
is he married? Is
every
he
now
happy?
and then I check in. Actually, I don't know, but I
Is
just
he living a good life,
He's
Gina?
got a lot of like
all I
ab,
care about as long as he's happy.
He's got a lot of ab pics. Do you know what O-Town stands for?
Olive Town.
No, Orlando, because that's where all these bands were formed.
Gross.
Yeah, so it's
sorry,
like
Florida.
Yeah,
but
well,
it
it's
sucks.
basically like
Disney World. Why is it gross?
Orlando's
Disney
like
World's gross.
trashy.
Disney World stresses me out.
That's a whole other topic.
Yeah,
so let's
sorry.
not even go there. Okay. So Liquid Dreams was clearly the breakout hit, as we talked about. But it's like sexualized lyrics about making it. Basically, do you remember what the song was? They sing about creating a woman with all the best parts of different celebrities.
Yeah,
it's like
gross.
you're my liquid. Like I'm gonna.
It's gross.
cum.
It's also
over
so
all these parts.
Inappropriate.
It's disgusting. But I was singing it
like I knew what was going on.
Baddie.
Yes.
Like it is 2000.
Yes.
How old are we in 2000? What are we?
We were like 12, 13.
11. And I'm like, my liquid dream, singing as a man, having a wet dream about a woman that they've created.
About the perfect celebrity.
Correct. Silly. So they didn't make it very far off the block because it says sophomore album and then decline. So basically they had 2 albums and they stunk.
Do you know who I get O-Town mixed up with?
Who?
Together.
Oh, Together was a fake band.
It was a fake band.
Do you remember that?
It was an MTV. It was a show, right? On MTV.
It was fake. They were actors.
Oh, yes.
Chris-
One of them died.
Chris Farley's brother was one of them.
Oh,
Kevin
I didn't know
Farley.
that.
He was the bigger guy.
I actually don't remember any of them.
For whatever reason, when you say O-Town, I think of Chris Farley's
Together
brother.
was a fake band, but I always
do remember
confused it. Like MTV really was trying hard.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say about that. So I think that we can start to transition to controversies and then I'll put the lid on this. So we talked about Lou Pearlman's financial fraud. So that's like the most significant controversy.
100%.
I won't go into it. Watch the documentary.
Idea. It's eye-opening. Please watch.
It's eye-opening. I wish we remember the name of it. Can you look it up, babe? It's the, I don't know, boy band documentary on Netflix as of recent. NSYNC also had a lawsuit against him, which is like a separate controversy, but one and the same. And then Backstreet Boys followed with a lawsuit as well.
Dirty Pop, the boy
Dirty
band
Pop's the one I
scam.
saw. Watch it.
There's another show that I'm not going to spiral into this, that I won't go into, that covers all of the Nick and Aaron controversies.
Oh, yeah.
Nick and Aaron, as in Carter. I shouldn't have to say their last name, but I will. Aaron Carter, we've talked about him. Staple, so important to my childhood, but very tragic in how it all ended.
The Carter family in general is tragic.
But a lot of it, which I didn't realize at the very end, he was spiraling because he was actually trying to like unearth some of the shit that Nick was doing to women. So, like, Aaron Carter is a hero, is my takeaway.
Yeah.
But all I have to say is go watch ID
He should be revered.
Discovery, whatever it's called, don't know, but it's an Aaron and Nick documentary. But, like, Nick was raping women, allegedly, but I think for
legal
sure.
purposes.
And the craziest one was a woman with cerebral palsy.
Oh, yeah.
And he
That
called
was the one
her
that became a lawsuit recently,
a dumb
right?
R word. Like, he's like a sick man.
Yeah.
Okay, so I mentioned the LFO deaths, right? So Summer Girls is their big hit.
Dun, 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 dun. Got a bunch of hits, right?
I thought you
Chinese
said-
food makes me
I
sick.
thought you were talking about butts. Yeah, got a bunch of hits for sure. So 2 of their members died. So Rich Cronin
Whoa.
was the lead singer. He died in 2010. So that was the first one. That was a while ago. He died from leukemia, which I remember.
Oh, sad. I do remember that.
Recently in 2018, Devin Lima passed away from cancer as well. Like, what are the odds? That's so sad. There's only 3 of them. So there's like an LFO like curse narrative out there.
Well, it makes sense.
I mean, that's pretty dark.
Unlikely.
For that third member that's
Right.
still surviving so far.
I know.
Hopefully he's okay.
He has no one to reminisce with about the crazy days of LFO.
Totally. 98 Degrees, I sort of alluded to this. They were grouped with bands like NSYNC and Backstreet Boys, should they be so lucky.
Right.
But they distanced themselves from being labeled as a typical boy band. They emphasized that they wrote much of their own music and had a more mature sound. Like,
Which is why they lasted
I was
so...
just going to say, stick to the formula, you fucking losers.
No, seriously. Also, we didn't want you to write your own music. That's not what you're here
and also,
for.
it wasn't good.
No, exactly.
You should probably
Exactly.
pawn that one off on a writer.
Seriously.
Because it's not
That's
not
why
like
you didn't last,
groundbreaking.
bro.
I love that they think they're mature.
Yeah,
like,
no.
you're not mature.
You have a
You
barbed
should
wire
be
tattoo on your arm.
so lucky to be part of the boy band craze.
I know.
End scene. Some other... Oh, this was the last one I'll cover. So Hanson, our beloved Hanson. Mbop. Oh my God. So
Mbop.
I got Botox in my lip and I can't close it. So is hard to say. Mbop. Backlash. So, well, Hanson was very popular following Mbop in 97. So that was where Hanson is in sort of this like whole timeline. The songs like bubblegum pop song, like sound, led critics to dismiss the band as a one-hit wonder, but they defied expectations by continuing to release music and gaining respect as independent artists. I would argue they're still a one-hit wonder. Name me another Hanson song.
I can't.
Can't, because they're a one-hit wonder.
But it was my first concert, and
It was,
at this concert...
that was your first concert?
Yes, and so
that's
I
great.
went with... I liked them, but like I'm not also a fangirl in general, but I went with my first neighbors.
Okay.
Allie, they were 2 girls, and me and my sister were 2 girls. We went with the moms, and I was wearing this like collared short sleeve zip shirt that zipped from top to bottom. It was navy blue, and the only thing I remember from the Hanson concert is zipping it down and not being able to get it back up. And I turned to my mom, and I was like, "Ma!" And I was
You're
so panicked. And
stuck?
I'm like turning around, like trying to zip it back up because I was just like bored and like messing
tell
around.
Me we have a picture of this shirt.
No, I finally got it back up, but it was just like a cheap, dumb shirt. But I thought it
But
was
you don't
so
have a picture
cool.
of the Hanson concert anywhere?
No, it was 4th grade.
Yeah, we don't have any pictures, huh?
I mean, maybe my parents took a picture of us outside the concert, or Allie Brown. We had a great time. Shout out to Allie Brown, my first neighbor and
Aw,
best friend.
how sweet.
And we took a photo outside of it, probably, I would imagine. But I just remember in 4th grade being like, yeah, I'll go to the concert. Sure.
That's hysterical.
And then my non-boobs were hanging out for half of it.
I
trying to figure out how to get
love
up.
it.
I don't remember one performance.
There was a girl in my class that was obsessed with them, and one day I was like, "Oh my God, Kristen, did you hear that the Hansons, they all cut their hair?" And she started crying.
No, that was a big deal. I remember
She
that.
started crying.
Their hair was like, should have been insured.
No, 100%.
It was
I bet it was.
Honestly, it was so famous.
I bet they actually got dinged for that.
and
Their managers
J-Lo's-
were like, clear this with us.
Well, now
them
they all
and
have
J-Lo's
short hair.
ass.
Do you think they kept it?
No, they're hot with short hair now.
Framed it.
Actually, so
One
I said
of them
this before.
has like 50 kids.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I think Isaac.
It's probably Tum Tum, the younger one.
Isaac is the loser, old one.
It might be him.
This podcast is happily sponsored by Wonderweave, where each story is a doorway to a child's imagination. Wonderweave is an innovative app that crafts custom tales for your child with text, vivid images, and audio narration, all powered by the magic of AI. Proudly woman-owned, Wonderweave champions creativity and learning, transforming screen time into an interactive journey. Just picture your little one, eyes wide with wonder as they explore stories where they're the star, brought to life through your own voice, thanks to the app's unique voice cloning feature. Every parent wishes to leave a mark in their child's heart, and Wonderweave lets you do just that. Whether it's before bed or on the go, your voice can be the comforting guide through enchanted worlds and spirited adventures. So why wait? Embark on this captivating voyage with your child. Visit wonderweave.app now to start your free trial and create lasting memories one magical story at a time. Wonderweave, bringing families closer with every word.
Quiz.
Ready.
It's
Hit
on.
me. If I don't ace this, I'll be upset.
What boy band was comprised of Michael Jackson's nephews?
Nephews? That's a psychotic question.
I know.
So, okay, his nephews means that one of the other Jackson 4 had kids and had a band.
I know you don't have nieces and nephews just yet, but that's how it works.
That's how it works.
Yeah.
Okay, so, but is it Janet or is it the boys? Does Janet have kids?
It didn't specify.
We do have nieces and nephews.
Yeah, bitch. What are you talking about?
Oh, duh.
Just Katie is single.
I know. That's what I was thinking about. Is
She was
Katie.
only thinking about my side of the house.
I know. Sorry,
Okay,
Brandon.
so, I have absolutely no idea. Educate
3T.
me. 3T?
Yeah.
Why? Why are they 3T?
I don't know.
Fuck if I know.
Yeah. This is a quiz. This is not information.
Okay, sorry. Go.
What year was Liam Payne born?
Ooh, well,
Dark
now
question.
you can add died, and it's
Yeah.
92,
No.
94.
No.
Yes.
Split the difference.
95?
No.
93.
Split the difference.
93.
I literally gave it to you. I might as well have just said it.
I wasn't far off.
But anyway, the Liam Payne news is shocking and sad.
So I'm obsessed with it. And I've said this many times, particularly as it pertains to Amanda Bynes. I hate child stardom. It is so
Yes.
sad to me. And not that like I'm assuming my kids will be famous, but if they ever have the opportunity, they will not.
Well-
because I want my kids healthy, happy. I don't care if they have the greatest gift in the world. They can shove it in a box.
No, in the statistics of child stars, there's some that have come out the other
How
side.
many besides Hilary Duff?
Well,
Name me one.
Who actually?
Name me a child star that was.
Fred Savage. He's normal.
Is he? And
I
he's
mean-
not really a child star because he had one fucking thing.
He was in the Wonder Years.
Yeah, but like, what else did he have?
He's done other stuff.
He made a guest appearance
Okay,
on
let me
Seinfeld.
put it this way.
Yeah.
Let me put it this way.
Oh, but
Seinfeld.
what was the Monsters one? It was like Monsters Inc., but real. He was in that.
Okay, let me put it this way. Name me a child star who came up as a child and stayed in Hollywood and is healthy besides Hilary Duff.
Kirsten Dunst. Fuck, that was a good one.
That was incredible.
I just watched Wimbledon the other day.
That was
Banger of a flick.
incredible.
Macaulay
thank you.
Culkin.
No,
Not well.
Not well. Not well. Although he might be like better
He's
now.
well now because Brenda Song brought him out of it.
Right.
But when he was in the Mila Kunis era, not well.
No, it was dark.
He
And they were
looked
together
a
for like
crackhead.
500 years. Yeah, no, they weren't well.
I still don't think he's
And
well.
and one who didn't go through a dark phase. That's a hard thing to find out.
That's impossible.
But the boy band
Kirsten
thing,
Dunst is
which
pristine.
I know.
Kirsten? How do I say her name?
Kirsten, I think.
Kirsten or Kirsten?
She has the I first. But anyway, really in pain. One of the things that I think is horrible about that situation, you
Tell
know,
me.
with
By the way, when
your
this
comment-
airs, we'll probably know more than we know today.
yes,
We're going to be a week
hopefully
lag.
we'll get some more
Yeah,
information.
because we
but-
don't know if it was suicide or
Yeah,
accident.
toxicology, like what was going on. I think it's very clear that he was intoxicated in some way. But
No doubt.
I think that it's really upsetting because I think what happened with them specifically is that they were created, forced together. It wasn't a choice. They weren't friends before. They didn't know each other before. And they were thrust into this hugely, like lights in your face thing. Because if you
How is it different than Backstreet Boys and NSYNC?
because if you come up on a show, the eyes have been on you for longer.
Okay, so then they're
you're in-
O-Town.
Right. So you're in the limelight, and then they made it bigger than O-Town.
Instantly.
They instantly became famous, and they didn't have any like, we tested out behind closed doors. Like, I was in America's eyeball the whole time. You're really young, you're not prepared for it. And then after they break up because they're so young and Harry does better than you, and then you don't have
feel
the
like a
tools to be
failure.
an adult. Yeah. So, and then no one's looking out for you because they're like, oh, he's Liam Payne in One Direction, he's fine. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
So I think they just set him up for failure, and I think it was really unfortunate because
But like, we're not to place blame. We're his parents.
I know.
I mean, granted, now he's 31, but where were they protecting him?
Well, because if he did this when he was a teenager, like, you're fucked for life. That's like, the
that's
damage has been done.
That's what he was saying apparently in the hotel. Literally, I quote from a witness. It was like, "Oh, I used to be in a boy band. That's why I'm so fucked up."
Which was a 2011 hit song for the band The Wanted.
Can I have a hint? Because I think I know.
It's kind of an emotion, and then about something you did.
Mad about it? What is it?
No.
Glad you came.
Yes.
Glad
Nice.
you
I have that on my top hits.
That was actually a great hint, was it not?
You nailed
That
it.
was a
Thank
good
you.
one.
As of 2015, who's the best-selling boy band in history?
Wait, so as of 2015, so as of 10 years ago, can't you do current?
I think 2015 was last year. When I saw that, I was like, not that long ago. It's fine. It's 2024. I didn't think
So
about it.
as of 2015, best
Who was the best-selling boy band in history?
Backstreet Boys.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think
Yeah.
because
More
Backstreet Boys
global?
was around longer.
Yeah, and they're global.
Yeah, I agree.
Those 3 years in Germany did them good, you know? What is the name of the bonus, Jonas?
Frankie.
Nice.
Boom. All right, what are our final thoughts?
I was going to say, I'm kind of bummed, and this was probably, I was very young when they were starting to like phase out, I guess. But the fact that we didn't go deeper on New Kids on the Block and Boys to Men.
I don't care about them.
Okay.
Sorry to say.
New Kids on the Block was so much before like us that I used to feel cool because my cousins used to always play it. So like I always knew New Kids music.
Right.
Yeah.
And like when people bring it up, I'd be like,
I just
yeah.
know Joey is a guy. That's all I know. So I apologize, but yes, we could have gone.
He does always bring up things that are just slightly off of our radar.
Well, because he's 5 years older, it literally makes perfect sense.
Yeah, exactly.
So in closing, I actually wouldn't mind a comeback. I just don't want them in the form that they were then. I don't want to see you dance. I just want you to be vocals. I want you to be more Joe Bro, but like maybe even cooler.
Yeah, Joe Bros could do for some dancing.
Yeah, Joe Bros.
Imagine
maybe
Nick
not-
and those
I was
chompers
gonna
trying to cut a rug.
I was going to say maybe not Joe Bro specifically, but like the formula.
Sure.
Could use more. I also don't want brothers. I want them made in a factory again.
I feel like that's the recipe for disaster is like forced
less
friendship.
Lou Pearlman, more factory.
More factory.
I want the best. I mean, 1D, great example of factory fresh.
Yeah, factory fresh.
But then
and they hit it big.
Zayn tries to be an individual and ruins the whole thing. But
Yeah,
until then,
I think Zayn's
they
probably
were
the
perfect.
worst. You can
I
cut
hate
him
Zayn.
loose.
It's a whole thing.
Yeah.
He like abused Gigi, I feel like.
Yeah,
But we
that's
don't
the
have
word
to
on
get
the
into
street,
it.
yeah.
Okay, let's end it here.
Okay.
All right. In summary, we are the mustiest, dustiest, crustiest millennials you ever did see. Bye. I never really got into the K-popers, but they're popular.
What's that guy's name? Nope.
BTS.
BTS. Thank you.
That's not a guy.
It's not a
that's
guy. I
multiple
knew it was
guys.
more.
I
There's
think
like-
it's
there's
more
like
than
8
5,
guys.
though.
There's like
Yeah.
a million of them. They're great dancers.
So,
Are they,
so that's
though?
actually where I was going. I don't think they are.
I don't think so either. I think
Okay.
they have cool formations. Maybe there's
Are
something
they
movement.
cheerleaders?
There's so many of them that they're probably
There's
just
so
like-
much movement.
They're just like making letters on the
Yes.
stage.